Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Saturday afternoon football review for round 19 of the NRL, where we saw the South Sydney Rabbitohs absolutely pump the Warriors 60 points to 22 up there at the Sunshine Coast Stadium. I got to say, the Warriors, I thought they started the game really well and they sort of fell off a cliff after that. They just couldn't get anything going for them. And it's really disappointing for the Warriors to concede 60 points, Defensively, they just weren't good enough. Mentally, they weren't there. I know they got a lot of injuries. I know Rogers not there today, and Reece Walsh really struggled at fullback, and Townsend and Nick Remus still they don't gel whatsoever. But conceding 60 points is absolutely no excuse. But let's get into the Saturday afternoon football review. We'll start off at the beginning in the 6th minute. South Sydney, they were looking dangerous early on. They threw a left. Cody Walker throws a pass on that left-hand edge, hits the ground. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak picks it up, runs 60 metres. He goes and scores the first try for the Warriors. Reece Walsh converts to goal. Warriors 6-0 after 6 minutes. And then in the 9th minute, Tom Burgess scores. Damien Cook from dummy half. And then Tom Burgess scores for the Rabbitohs. I wonder what he was playing for a try today. So anyway, 6-0 after 9 minutes. And then in the 10th minute, there's nothing worse than this happening. When you concede a try, you kick off out on the full. It's a coach killer. It's a pet hate for most clubs, most coaches. It must drive them insane. South could get down the other end down the 11th minute. They go to the right-hand side. Reynolds, Walker, straight to Jackson Paulo. He scores for the Rabbitohs in the corner. Reynolds misses the kick there. South's 10-6. 19th minute. Tom Burgess scores his double. Damien Cook just brings him under, and Burgess scores a second try. I don't know what Tom Burgess for a double was playing, but it would have been great odds, I'm telling you that much. Anyway, South Sydney 16-6 after 19 minutes gone. And then in the 27th minute, Latrell Mitchell with an incredible offload. I don't know how he did it. It was remarkable. Cameron Murray scores for the Bunnies. South's 22-6, 27 minutes into the contest. And then in the 29th minute, Cody Walker scores. South Sydney just a little bit of razzle-dazzle. Right-hand side to the left-hand side. Cody Walker scores. South Sydney 28 points to 6. 33rd minute, Adam Reynolds dummy and a double pump to Jaden Sewer. Gee, it was a good try. Reynolds with his class. Sewer scores. South Sydney 34 points to 6. And then with 2 minutes to half-time, the Warriors decided to take a huge risk and play some footy. Nick Remus short ball to Adam Pompey, to Townsend, and to Montoya. He scores over in the corner. Walsh misses the goal. South's 34-10. And then with probably about 40 seconds to half-time, Nikorima cut out ball to Dallin Watene-Zelezniak. Passes the ball back on the inside of Nikorima. He scores for the Warriors. And at half-time, Rabbitohs 34 points to 16. I wasn't really worried that South were going to blow it. I was like, okay, Warriors have scored a couple of late tries to make the scoreline a bit more respectable. But South Sydney is just so classy. In the second half, Damien Cook gets out from dummy half. He gets it on to Jaden Sewer. He scores his second try of the game. Reynolds' goal. South's 40-16 at this stage of the game. 55th minute, Josh Mansell scores for the Bunnies in that left-hand side. He scores. Reynolds' goal. South's 46-16. And then Mansell again. He scores a double, 2 tries in about 2 minutes for the Source. At that stage, it was South Sydney 50 points to 16. And then in the 66th minute, Chad Townsend with a very nice banana kick to Reece Walsh. He scores for the Warriors. South Sydney 50-22. And then in the 70th minute, Keon Kalamatangi scores for South Sydney. 56-22 South Sydney. And with 5 minutes to go, Latrell Mitchell scores. South's win the game 60-22. Latrell Mitchell's last minute try wins me my multi. So good work on Latrell Mitchell there. But the Bunnies, my God, I got to say, when it's a day game of footy, the conditions are dry. It's a beautiful day of footy. No wet weather around. South Sydney are nearly unbeatable in these sort of conditions. When it's a dry pitch, sunny day, South Sydney are nearly unbeatable. Their attack is so good. Everyone talks about Penrith and Melbourne and Manly and all these sides being the best in the competition. Well, I think South Sydney are very, very close, and they are in that conversation. I think they're the 4 teams that are probably going to be thereabouts at the back end of the year. Melbourne, Penrith, Manly and South. I think they're the 4 sides that are going to go very, very close in the finals. But, gee, they were good today. Cody Walker, what a performance. But we'll get into some of the great players. We'll start with the Bunnies, obviously. Latrell Mitchell, thought he had a great game. Thought Josh Mansell was very good. Gagai did a good job out there. He didn't score a try or anything, but he did a good job. Cody Walker and Adam Reynolds were absolutely outstanding. Damien Cook was awesome, probably his best game in quite some time. I thought Tom Burgess was brilliant. Keon Koloamatangi and Jaden Silver were awesome. Cameron Murray was terrific as well. Patrick Mago and Joe Aaron off the bench were very good. Braden Burns played a little bit of halfback the final 15 minutes of the game when Adam Reynolds went off for an early rest. Even Jacob Host did a good job. They were very good, the Bunnies. As for the Warriors, though, I thought Reece Walsh had a really poor game. He really struggled today, the young Reece Walsh, but he will get better. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak, I thought he tried very hard for the Warriors. Matt Lodge was a little bit up and down, I guess you could say. Bailey Sironen tried hard, I thought. Josh Curran tried very tough. And, you know, look, the Warriors are blown at the park, man. Souths were very clinical today. They were very dominant. And, like I said, when their attack is on, they are pretty much impossible to stop. They are just unbelievable. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see how South Sydney go next week. Next week, the Bunnies, they take on the Dragons, which is going to be a very interesting game. And the Warriors, they take on the West Tigers, which will be another interesting game. The Warriors played the Tigers a few weeks, probably about 6 weeks ago, and it was a very entertaining game. So we'll see how that goes next week. But the Bunnies, far too good for the Warriors today up at Sunshine Coast Stadium. My top 3 players on ground for this game, though, this afternoon, I'm going to go with number 3. I'm going to go with Jaden Sewer. Thought he was absolutely outstanding. Number 2, I'm going to go with number 2. Let's go with Tom Burgess. I thought he was outstanding. And number 1, my man of the match, I'm going to go with Damien Cook. Thought he had an awesome game today. Damien Cook played very, very well. Good to see Damien Cook have a big game today. So I'm a top 3 on ground, lads. Number 3, Jaden Sewer. Number 2, Tom Burgess. Number 1, my man of the match, Damien Cook. The Rabbitohs, too good for the Warriors up at the Sunshine Coast Stadium. If you guys enjoyed the Saturday afternoon football review, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys later tonight for the Saturday night football review between the Tigers and the Manly vs Tigers and the Panthers and the Broncos. Until then, see you later.